Namaste children, welcome back to the video session of class 7 geography water lesson water, which is chapter 5, and this is the second part of this video. And today we are just going to focus on the expected learning outcomes of this video session will be students will be able to distinguish between waves and tides, warm and cold ocean currents. So first they'll analyze what is waves and tides, and then we'll see what is warm current and cold ocean currents, and then list the factors that are responsible for changing the Earth's surface. So what is the factors that is really making the Earth's surface and changing? List down the factors give rise to ocean currents, and then explain the case study of tsunami. So before we get into the lesson, we will be seeing some of the facts that we can find out from our world ocean. So what ocean provides us? So this provides the air we breathe. Why is it so? So why is it so? It says the air we breathe it gives, because 50% the ocean produces over half of the world's oxygen and stores 50 times more carbon dioxide than our atmosphere. So that's why we say the air we breathe that is being given by our ocean. And climate regulations, so definitely there is a lots of difference in the climatic conditions, and that the ocean influences it also. So 70% covering 70% of the Earth's surface, the ocean transports heat from the equator to the poles, regulating a climate and weather pattern. So this is what ocean influences. And then we use transportation. 76% of all US trade involving some form of marine transportation, because transportation nowadays, the transportation of heavy goods, there is a possible ways are only water as a source, because it can be like a quickest means of transportation also to transfer a lot of goods. So recreation, in the sense, people do enjoy relief, they do skating, like they do this uh, fishing, boating to kayaking and whale watching. The ocean provides lots many activities as a recreation activity, so people go enjoy themselves in the ocean, right? So people do travel in ocean, they enjoy whale watching. You can see skydivers, all these people, they were really enjoying all this. And nearly in the economy also, $282 billion among the US ocean economy produces goods and services. So this amount of money is completely dependent on ocean. So ocean dependent business employs almost 3 million people. So nearly 3 million people are employment is dependent on ocean. So at last we come for food. So ocean provides us much more than just seafood, and ingredients from sea are found in surprising foods such as peanut butter and soy milk, etc. So also medicine, we are able to extract medicine from the ocean. This includes the ingredients that help fight cancer, arthritis, Alzheimer disease, and heart disease, etc. So all these are, we are all dependent on ocean in these many aspects. Similarly, like nowadays we see like the ocean setup. If you have gone to BGP Marine Kingdom and all, they have set up this ocean setup where you can see and enjoy how the ocean looks, right? So how the depth of the ocean, how it will be, all these things you can experience. These are our old ocean. Moving on to the topic, we can see the next topic is the waves. So when waves water, what do you mean waves? So it is like ups and downs of the water, right? So that is what given here. When surface water of the ocean rises and falls alternatively, it's called waves. Action of winds which pushes the water. So which actually makes the produces the waves is water, the air. So it is like upward and downward movement, and the shape and height of the waves is depends upon the speed of the wind. So if it is mild wind, the waves are very small. If it is a great wind, then the speed of the waves is very high. So the next one is, if you see here a tsunami, if you come to see about tsunami, it's about series of waves in a water body caused by the displacement of large volume of water, generally in ocean or a large lake. So if you can see, we all experienced tsunami in the year 2004, right? December 26th, there we saw a very huge waves attacked the areas, coastal areas. So this is, we'll just see what are the reason for these waves. So that can be mainly of reason causes of earthquake. So we all know that there were tectonic plates moving around under the earth, right? So if there is a problem and if there is some disturbance in the movement of tectonic plates, then that leads to earthquake, landslides, etc. So earthquake is something till now all devastating and terrible tsunamis happened in the ocean or caused by earthquakes. So how it is? Earthquake, the vigorous movement of tectonic plates release a vast amount of energy. So I was telling, no, the movement of tectonic plates are disturbed, then that causes a vast problem, earthquake. Landslide, when a giant landslide occur in the ocean floor or the seashore, then it forces out a large amount of water which creates a giant waves and become the cause of tsunami. So these are the causes of tsunami. The next one is the volcanic eruption. As we all know, there are volcanoes present inside the sea also. So if there is a problem, if there is a chance that those volcanoes erupts, then can be a lot of reasons that happens to be there. That will be one of the reason for tsunami. So volcanic eruption on the coastal area or on the sea floor can cause a landslide and further displacement of vast amount of water that will create a tsunami wave. Sometimes on ocean floor reaction takes place between cold oceanic water and hot magma releases during an eruption. So these reactions between the causes of an explosion is ocean and displacement, the mass amount of water, which further becomes the cause of tsunami waves. So these are the various reasons for tsunami happenings in tsunami. And in India, the Asian, not only in India, in Asia, we experienced struck the Indian Ocean on 26 December 2004 was caused due to the underwater earthquake. So these were some of the pictures of tsunami, and then these were the losses. See, these were the areas where it was not water before. But then after tsunami, these were the waters covered, and these are the road areas which are covered with water. And look at the condition of the water, it is very dark. So that makes that something happening in depth of the sea that makes them to the water flow inside the area. Right. Now let's see what are tides. So we saw about waves and we saw about the great waves called tsunamis, and we said analyzed the case study of tsunami also. Now we are going to see about what are tides. So tides are daily rise and fall of earth waters on its coastlines. And then the tide which is in the level of water rises and goes out. See, tides are something it rises 2 times in a day, and this is based on the attraction of moon and sun, gravitational force. Okay. Tides occur in all bodies of water, but they are most noticeable in the ocean and large lakes. So if you see now, we're going to analyze the tides. There are 2 different types of tides. And these tides are caused due to the interaction of earth, moon, and sun. So you should always know, look into the picture, there is a earth, the moon is there, and the tides are associated. So earth, moon, and the sun is the main causes of this thing. And the most influential factor here of tides is the gravity. See, the gravity is that force that is an object that pulls your object towards the earth. So as the distance between object increases, the pull of its gravity gets weakened. Similarly, if you see, these are the spring tides. So I'm just telling you what is a spring tide. It is happening during the full moon day. So what will happen the full moon day? All the earth, sun, and the moon will fall in the straight direction. So if the straight direction is there, there is a more gravitational forces being experienced, and this creates a high tides, right? So that is what they are telling. Sun, earth, and the moon are aligned. The gravitational force of the sun reinforces the high tides and created the gravitational forces of the moon, right? So this is, if you see the picture, these are the times where this you can experience the spring tides. So high tides will be there. The next is the neap tides, which means you can see the moon is in the direction of 90 degree of the earth, but then diagonal to the sun. Then the gravitational force is not much experienced here, then that produces a low tides, right? The neap tides is the sun and the moon are at the right angles to each other relative to earth. In this arrangement, the gravitational force of the work against each other. So there will be less gravitational force. So now then if you see this GIF, when there is a, this is what the moon goes around the sun, right? When the moon is diagonal to the, 90-degree angle to the sun, then you experience the neap tides. But then when the moon is very in a straight line to earth, then that you call it as spring tides. So this is what solar tides and lunar tides you say, right? The next topic is the ocean current. So what is ocean current? So the water in the ocean moves in giant streams called currents. So it moves from one place to the another. And scientists place ocean currents into two major categories, which is called surface current and deep current. So now, what are the factors give rise to the ocean currents? First one, it is planetary winds. So planetary winds, the ranges of winds, the amount of strong winds, all this will depend. Variation in the temperature, so density in the ocean water and rotation of earth, shapes of the coastline. So these are all the impacts that gives to the ocean currents. So the next one, cold ocean current, warm ocean current. What is mean by cold ocean current? Ocean current that move water away from the pole regions to equatorial regions, then that will give you cold current. So North Pole, South Pole, all this is there. No, when they are moving away from the pole regions, from there they go to the equatorial region, then that is called cold ocean current. Then what is the opposite of it? What is warm ocean current? When the water move away from equatorial to pole, now the against, that's the opposite. From equatorial to pole, if it goes, that produces warm ocean current. Formation, normally cold ocean current is formed in the polar regions. So now then the warm ocean currents are formed in equatorial regions. So now you can just see the red lines, the red arrow marks which is given are the warm current, warm ocean current. And the blues which are called as the cold ocean current. So if you see the currents which are in red, that will move from equatorial to the poles, right? And the blue ones are falling from poles to the equatorial. So if you see the arrow mark, you can just try. So whichever falling from pole to equatorial region, then that is cold current. Whichever flowing from equatorial to pole region, that is our warm current. Now just we'll quickly have a recap of what is the video focused on. We were actually seeing about 3 types of oceanic movements, that is waves, tides, and ocean currents. In the tides, we were seeing about the spring tides and neap tides. And we were seeing about ocean currents, and that we have seen about warm ocean current and cold ocean current and how you can find that differentiation. So thank you so much for watching, children. So see you all in the next video.